Hello, Potato! For the first time this year, we have ventured out of the Voidspace and headed over to At the Grounds, which I still think is a ridiculous name, for SacAnime Swap Meet Spring 2021. The course winner SacAnime was canceled because of the obvious reasons, but the Placer County is in pretty good shape right now compared to some parts of the country, and we are able to have a swap meet again. And I think it's a little weird. It's a 3-day event like a normal SacAnime, and they're charging basically normal SacAnime prices for the weekend pass. But it's happening. As you can see, there's a fair amount of people here. We are here on the first day. I did not buy a weekend pass this time because being that it is just basically a giant vendor room and some autographs, I don't see any reason to come back more than once. That doesn't mean there won't be some good stuff to find. And we seem to be pretty safe at the last two towards the end of last year, so I'm sure we'll be fine today. So I see the line, they just opened, so the line is getting down, so why don't we go jump in it and head on into the vendor's hall and see what there is to see. There's no hand sanitizer left, and they've been open 10 minutes. This doesn't bode great. Ah, there's more hand sanitizer here. Let's try again. I think this is about as big as it was last time. Lots of vendors. I'm sure a lot of our regulars aren't going to be here. No Kimchi Kawaii. I'm sure she would have said something if she was going to be here. I'm guessing that booth where I got the big Dragon Egg mystery box is probably not here. But we will find stuff. We will find a mystery box. We'll find some other things. Let's look around. Mechagodzilla. Well, it's half of Mechagodzilla. This is the booth where we got those Disney pins last time. Maybe they will have we still need the headband. We still need the headband for Tiki Room, so let's see if we have any luck.
From this experience, the most is that I hate it when it's got like, I thought I was gonna love it, but then
Ooh, that Wampa is cool. Not 55 bucks, but cool. think we have that bebop one actually. We have 2 or 3 bebop ones. There's an Ein backpack.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those Ida bag style ones so you can put your pins in it. And a little tiny Legend of Zelda one. And see, this is why I have to play music over the video, because otherwise YouTube is absolutely gonna content tag me for that song playing. But maybe if I play other music under it, like you're hearing now, it won't flag it. We'll find out, won't we? Gojira.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I would know for your first customer, so thank you.
So it does exist. Someone told me it did, and it does. And I'm not paying $60 for it. Zombie Black Panther is cool though. Of all the pops I have, I don't believe I actually have a normal Punisher one. And at $40, I don't believe I'll be having one at the end of today either. That's the baby Groot one. Mm-hmm. Who'd have thought when I just ate that stuff, it would be a collector's item?
We're gonna get one of those.
Yeah, they have the Monster Inc. key too. Winnie the Pooh key. Mm-hmm. Mount Olympus. Good.
I'm looking Gundam, noodles.
Hello.
Oh, that is
Iron Giant's cool too.
And now I'm thinking of Fall Fast and I literally just created them, printed out with the master or with the amazing, got them done this week.
That's what's doing. Oh my
Which is
god.
the same as this guy, but he's not, and this really looks very well. That is not very well.
Tammy. Again with the makeup.
Yeah, Pac-Man, basically port. You sure? Go to the desk.
Oh, okay. Just lift it up and load it back in. You meant so.
I had this when I was a kid. Of course, mine was original and open and probably missing anything that wasn't nailed down.
It's got a little plastic thing.
I like the artwork on that one, but something about it just doesn't look right.
The color.
I was thinking the whole backpack. I think
It should be darker.
well, then also maybe the fabric it's made out of, and the fact it doesn't have this or a zipper or anything on the front.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's part of it too.
safety and the safety of others, please practice the following COVID-19 precautions while visiting. Wear a face covering at all times, except while actively eating and drinking, and maintain a distance of 6 feet from others around you. Thank you for visiting the Wilderness Center at the grounds. For your safety and the safety of others, please practice the following COVID-19 precautions while visiting. Wear a face covering at all times except while actively eating and drinking, and maintain a distance of 6 feet from others around you. Thank you for visiting the Wilderness Center at the grounds.
I know, right?
Please go attend to your animal. We've gotten a few concerning questions about that. So if you have an RV, park in our parking lot, and an animal into it, please go attend to that.
Wear a face covering at all times, except while actively eating and drinking, and maintain a distance of 6 feet from others around you. Thank you for visiting the Wilderness Center at the grounds. For your safety and the safety of others, please practice the following COVID-19 precautions while visiting. Wear a face covering at all times, except while actively eating and drinking, and maintain a distance of 6 feet from others around you. Thank you for visiting the Wilderness Center at the grounds.
Thank you. Of course, it really wouldn't be one of these kind of traveling outside videos without trying something. So we actually finally, for the first time, tried something from the Java to You cart. And yeah, my wife picked out the mocha freeze. I picked out just a English toffee latte freeze. So This is the only time we're allowed to take our masks off here. Let's take our mask off and give it a try. Yeah, very rich chocolate. They have like some chocolate drizzle on the side and the top, which of course English toffee doesn't get that extra decoration. Got good, very rich chocolate flavor. This is the one that's going to be interesting because I have no idea. I mean, it's just like English toffee, right? But let's find out. Yeah, very much a toffee flavor. A little watery. I mean, there's a lot of ice in them. You can probably see it in the video of them making these. They do put quite a bit of ice in. These aren't actually milkshakes. These are freezes. So you don't get the thickness of the shake, and they do melt a lot faster, but they're not bad. Well, let's stop talking now, finish these, and I guess we'll shoot, we'll say goodbye to the anime show. Well, short of getting autographs, I think we've exhausted pretty much everything there is to do here, which is why I didn't buy a weekend entry pass, because there just isn't that much to do. And you know, normally when you come to these things, you do the vendors hall, and then you go like to the viewing room or to the panels or something, just, you know, to kill time between trips into the vendors room. And honestly, the vendors room, it's a lot for a swap meet event, but for a full-on SacAnime and for, you know, buying a weekend pass, just there's not enough in there. And even like the pickings for things like the mystery boxes were kind of scant. So I think we're gonna head on back to the Voidspace now. We did pick up a few things. There's a little bit of a haul to come at the end of this. So we'll go back to the Voidspace and we will look at everything we got. So let's head over to the exit. Follow the Mandalorian there. He should be showing up in the video. They don't have any of the exit gates open this time. Everybody's coming in and out the same portal. That seems like it's not the best idea. Thank you. I feel like that moving forward would be better if there was a cow in it, because otherwise it just kind of looks like a typo. All right, so let's leave the grounds now. Sorry, at the grounds, and head back to the voice. Oh look, they did have a slide. All right, so we're back now in the relative safety of the Voidspace. I mean, it's actually it's a bit of a death trap in here, but we're not going to catch that one very particular illness in here at the very least. And yeah, overall, I really don't understand why anyone would buy a 3-day pass to this event. It was not, well, it was. I mean, when you're seeing this, it's already been over a week. It was not worth a 3-day pass. Wouldn't have been worth 25 bucks for the 3 days, even if I could go all 3 days, because there wouldn't be much of anything to do unless you really, really wanted autographs. If you wanted autographs and you were like set on spending your time waiting in line for the autographs, that's fine. I do like that they did not put the autographs in the same building as the vendor hall this time. I thought that was a good idea, because there is so much space at the grounds to use. There's all those other buildings there. I think it's a good idea to put the autographs in another one. I would love to see when things get back to some sort of a normal that allows conventions to happen normally again, for them to use like all the buildings, to use the big building for the vendor hall, but then use the small ones for viewing rooms, for autographs, for meetups, for panels, all that kind of stuff. I think At the Grounds is remodeling. I was very skeptical of that when they announced it, but I think ultimately it's turned out really well and will allow for some good events to take place there once the world asserts a new normal that allows it. But there just wasn't that much to do. We were there, I think, less than 2 hours, and that includes the time it took to have those coffee drinks. So we're done with it now. We're not going to go back to the 2 days, and of course by the time you see this, the event will have been over for at least a week, because I can't post it while it's still going, because Easter's on Sunday, and as you will know if you're watching my videos, I did or will have done an Easter video for Sunday. But we are at the haul portion of this video, so let's get on with that. We didn't buy a whole lot. Some artwork, couple little things, and of course a mystery bag, lucky bag, blind box sort of a thing, because hey, we have to. And honestly, actually, I think the mystery bag, the lucky bag is what they were calling them at that booth. I think that's the only one that actually has any anime stuff in it. But let's start with the biggest stuff that's not the lucky bag first, and that is artwork. This thing's getting warped. It's never once been used for its intended purpose, which I think is to hold up a plate, but oh well. Hopefully this will work for what I wanted to hold up, because we got some artwork. All of our artwork we purchased was at, from James C. Mulligan, a Disney artist. I don't know if that's actually like official Disney or if it's just fan art, but it was nice art. A lot of it was well done, and if you're interested, he is at Mulligan Jimmy on the socials. So let's look at what we got. We picked up 4 prints. 2 of them are my choice, 2 of them are my wife's. And I think the total price for all of them, including a like flat plastic protector thing to carry them in, which is this, isn't that exciting, was 60 bucks. So, starting out, one of my choices, you can probably guess, is Chernabog from Fantasia. Let's get them all in frame here. Yep, I am a sucker for Chernabog. And I thought it's a very nice rendition of him, very detailed with a little fog at the front here. And since the artist was actually there, he actually left shortly after we went to his booth. He signed them all in person, so they actually have 2 signatures on them. There's the signature as part of the print, and then the actual real paint pen signature. But I think it's a nicely done rendition of Chernabog, and frankly, I've always been of the opinion that Chernabog just doesn't get enough stuff. Although I do have that pop one. That pop of him is quite nice. Right, moving on, one of my wife's choices is a lovely portrait of Walt himself. I also had a nice portrait of Stan Lee, but we went with Walt because he's Walt, Uncle Walt, a man with certain complications that didn't age well, but ultimately, in the balance, I think he's created some wonderful stuff for us to bring down through the years. Next is my second choice. It's a fairly obvious one when you see it. It is, of course, the Hatbox Ghost. And yeah, there's a little damage on the corners of him. But you know, when you put that in a frame, if you put a mat around it, that's going to cover that right up. And I think this may be one of the last ones he had in this size. And it's not just Hatbox, he's got Madame Leota there in the Hatbox. Why? Who knows? He also had a very nice version of this set in the graveyard. But I don't think he had Madame Leota in the Hatbox in that one. He also had, that was really nice. He had a 4-pack. It was like 200 bucks. It was the other Hatbox Ghost. It was a Madame Leota. It was a Constance Hatchaway, and the Hitchhiking Ghosts in lenticular. So when you moved it around, it gave a sense of it being 3-dimensional. It was really, really nice. But it was also like 70 bucks per picture or 200 for all 4. And yeah, that's. If I had a spot on the wall to definitely put them up, yes, but I don't. I'm not even sure ultimately where these will go. For now, they're probably going to just be put somewhere safe along with a lot of the other convention art we've picked up. And finally, this is the thing that drew us to his booth to begin with. It's my wife's other choice. Actually, it was her original choice. We can't go to Galaxy's Edge just yet, but it looks like Grogu was able to. Yep, we have Grogu with some Mickey ears, drinking a Starbucks, clearly at Galaxy's Edge. And I think this is more photoshopping than actual artwork, but who cares? It's freaking adorable. And, you know, goes with our massive Grogu collection. All right, now we're gonna move to some slightly smaller stuff. And by slightly, I mean quite a bit smaller. The rest of these are my purchases. My wife didn't pick out anything else. She just got the artwork. So let's shift down. Actually, let's move to just a closer up format. So if you remember back to last fall's SacAnime Swap Meet, there was something I spotted in video that I hadn't noticed in reality when I was there, and so I didn't get, and I regretted it. And luckily enough, that booth was there again, and this time they had it. But it was this. Hurry up, it's Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Hurry up, it's Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Yes, it's the Silver Shamrock pin. Yeah, I mentioned last year that I kind of regretted not getting it because I just hadn't noticed that they had it. But they had it again, same booth. And this time I did pick it up, and not just the pin, but they also had this. Let's get it out of its little protector. It's in the protector to keep fingerprints off of it, which I'm now going to probably get all over it, but I'll try to be careful. It is the silver shamrock coin. So one thing I do collect, or have collected, I don't like so much anymore because nobody uses them anymore, is tokens. I love, you know, your Malibu Fun and Chuck E. Cheese and putt-putt golf kind of tokens. And this kind of appeals to that same part of me. It's the Silver Shamrock Novelties coin, which, you know, it's basically like the pin, but it's got another one of the pins on the back. It's got the Silver Shamrock pumpkin mask. So yeah, these are two of my purchases. I think it was, for both of these together, it was $25, which, you know, I guess it's up to you if you think that's worth it or not. But I do. This is a very weighty thing, and I'm trying to hold it by the edges so I don't get like a big old thumbprint right there on the shamrock. But it's a really solid thing. The pin's much lighter, which, you know, you'd want it to be. If you're going to pin it to something, you don't want it falling off because it is just a single back. Of course, obviously, just a normal back, but it's kind of a rubbery one, and it does hold on pretty well. So I do think this would stay put. You know, they make backings for these things now. I guess like kind of screw on and like just don't come off easily, which that's kind of cool. I might need to invest in some of those if I ever try to put some of these things on a bag again. Next up, something a little bit bigger. And so when I was a kid, and I think I've mentioned this before because I've shown similar items before, but when I was a kid, I always wanted a toy Dalek from Doctor Who. I grew up watching Doctor Who on PBS. Tom Baker was my doctor, if you're interested. And I always wanted there to be Dalek toys. And of course, they made them. They existed in the UK. The world was a lot bigger back then, and you couldn't just import things willy-nilly like you can now. So a Dalek toy was not something I ever had growing up. And of course, I've bought some since then. I have, you know, Lego Daleks now, and I have some of the nice ones from the action figure line that are still in their boxes. I even have an older one that I think is probably from like the 90s that's still in a box up on a shelf. But today, I now have two that are open, and as you can probably guess, they were $5 each. And yeah, we have kind of the classic style. It's kind of the Dalek that I grew up on more. I mean, it's a little bit different, it's a little bit more modern, but it's that style of Dalek. And then we have one of the more modern-y looking ones. And they all have some limited articulation. The plungers swivel, the blasters swivel, the eye stalk moves up and down. The heads do not turn. They are very light, very kind of cheap feeling things. So, I mean, I am glad they made it home without getting broken in my bag. I mean, they were wrapped in a bag, but, you know, there's not much to them. But they are nice, and they will look nice up on the shelf. A shelf of things. So something will probably have to get displaced to make room for them. But yep, now I have a couple more Daleks, and you can never have too many Daleks. The only good Dalek is a toy Dalek. Alright, if you've made it all the way to this point in the video, and you've watched my other SacAnime Swap Meet, SacCon Swap Meet videos, then you know what's coming now, and that is, of course, the Lucky Bag. I have not opened this Lucky Bag. It's not sealed or anything. It's not stapled. I could easily have looked in it, but I didn't. And it's the only thing I purchased at the show this year, or this time, that's actually anime. It is an Evangelion themed bag again, so I am fully prepared for it to be another of that same statue I got last time, which for reference was this one. Yep, I am entirely prepared for it to be her again. But the blind bags were pretty slim picking this time. The booth that I got this at wasn't even there anymore. At least if they were, they didn't have blind boxes. I would love to have gotten one of those big dinosaur egg ones again, like I did last January, but that booth wasn't there. Or again, if they were, they didn't bring those things with them. And a lot of what was there was like shirts and plush, and the last time I got a plush was that giant Detective Conan one that is just kind of awkwardly jammed on top of a shelf. And so I really don't want more plush. But who knows, it doesn't feel like plush. It feels like a box. So again, probably her. We'll find out in a second here. But yeah, there's a lot of what they had was, there was like dog ones and cat ones and I woke up as the slime ones, and you know, shows I don't watch, I'm not familiar with. But Evangelion, you can't go wrong with Evangelion. It's a classic series that I wish they did Cowboy Bebop, honestly. I'd love to see a Cowboy Bebop bag, but nobody does. I don't think they make enough Cowboy Bebop stuff. Although there was that really cute Cowboy Bebop like Ida bag style backpack. That was really cute. But that's fairly niche. Alright, so let's see what we got in our Evangelion lucky bag. No more delaying. No more stalling. Is there any... Got this... More than one thing. We've got a Gashapon toy. Gashapon. What do we got in here? A capsule toy. It's Gashapon, right? We got... It's a Dragon Ball thing. Is that Vegeta? No, I don't know who that is. I don't watch Dragon Ball. Do you know who that is? I'm sure you, if you watch Dragon Ball, you know who that is. I recognize the design. I don't remember the name, but nothing to me. Are there other names in here? And I'm sure there are, but they're in Japanese that I can't read. See right there, very clearly, it's him, number 4. All right. So I think it's just that and the box. Yeah. So our box is, called it exactly. It is literally the same exact statue. Well, I mean, it's a thing that I liked. I liked it so much I already have it. Is there any differences at all? I think the base might actually be different. Oh, I don't know. The base isn't on it in here. It probably is exactly the same. Well, that's the risk when you buy lucky bags, right? You're not always lucky. Still, that wraps up for SacAnime Swap Meet Spring 2021. Yeah, lucky bag, not so lucky. I mean, at least I didn't get... At least it wasn't pops that I don't really collect, which is what I was trying to avoid. I didn't want a bag of just plush. I didn't want a bag of pops that I wasn't going to really want. It is what it is. Maybe I'll find someone who appreciates Evangelion like I do and try to sell that to them for far more than I paid for it. I think I paid more for this one than I did for this one, to be honest. Well, I thank you for watching. I hope you found this all interesting or entertaining. If you didn't feel safe going to the convention, I do not blame you at all, but I will point out that you can see in the video, I think there's only like one person in the whole video who didn't have a mask on, and they were just walking in the gate. I think if I'd gone on Saturday or Sunday, which were probably busier than the Friday that I went on, it might have felt a little less safe, but I felt relatively okay. And again, it's the 4th or 5th event I've gone to there since this all kicked off, since the world ended. And I haven't heard of any sort of super spreader results coming from there. So I'm hopeful that we aren't going to have any issues again. But we'll find out in a couple weeks, probably, around the time this video gets posted. I'll know if I got sick or not, but I don't think I will have. I have my mask on, they have their masks on, distancing as much as was possible. So thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video.